Hello.
And
Welcome
to Film
Bastards.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 493 of Film Bastards. My name's Ian Loring, and as always, I'm joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
And Matt Foster. Hello, everybody.
hello, one and all. We hope you're doing well. So, what have we got coming up this week? We got a couple of reviews for you. We're doing a little bit of catch up. So, you know, the big release in UK cinemas this past weekend was the book club, The Next Chapter, which it was sold out everywhere, and so we couldn't make it.
We couldn't, no.
No. So we're instead.
Sorry, are we pretending we're nice people and don't just hate things?
I think hate's a strong word. I've just got no interest in watching the club film.
No.
I didn't even know there was a first one.
And yet we watched the Downton Abbey film.
Yeah, despite the fact that neither of us have watched Downton Abbey.
Was that was 2 years ago now?
2 years ago.
Wow. Or was it? No, I think it might have been last year, you know. Because things were still a little bit thin on the ground last year. Like we weren't eating good last year.
It must be last year because it must have been. I think it was last year actually. Yeah, 2022. Yeah, a new era.
Yeah. Okay.
It was April last year.
That's the thing. I thought it was April. It was like cinemas weren't open in April in 21. So yeah. Okay. But anyway, so you know, we've had a lot of like stuff that we've been reviewing lately, like big stuff, and there's a couple of things that just ever so slightly fell by the wayside. So with the week being a bit quieter before we really get cracking into summer, we thought we'd take it easy on ourselves, not necessarily have to go out to the cinema, just watch some stuff at home. So we have got the Adam Driver starring dinosaur sci-fi actioner thing 65 and Brandon Cronenberg's latest Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård starring Infinity Pool, two very different films. We'll also do some like movie news trailers, what we've been watching. Again, like trailers just coming out our ears at the moment, so we'll see what we got with that, and we'll take it from there. So we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. Please do also listen to like-minded shows such as Gaming Landfill, Chintroga versus Punter, and the Rewatch Project. I will just say no Zelda talk because I don't want to piss Noel off. I am enjoying watching clips of people doing stupid shit in Zelda. I'll say that.
What I will say is, I think you're having a little bit of a similar reaction with Zelda as I have to things like when new series like The Mandalorian comes out and things like that. In the sense that I'm enjoying other people enjoying it. I have no interest in enjoying it myself.
I played it for an hour. I could see why people are into it, to be clear. I'm not saying it's a bad game. And the mental bandwidth I don't have, and I think I'm too dumb for it. Anyway, right. So let's crack on. So Cannes has started. Johnny Depp was in the film that premiered last night. It got a 3-minute standing ovation, which is being judged as a bit of a disaster for it. Only 3 minutes. It's very early days for Cannes. Steve McQueen's new 4.5-hour documentary, Occupied City, also screened today. One person I follow said that it seemed to be comparing Nazism with lockdowns, which felt a bit spicy. I also just saw The Guardian gave it a 5 out of 5. So who knows out of that, but we'll have a lot more kind of reactions from Cannes next week. Killers of the Flower Moon screens on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens there. I was listening to a podcast earlier in the week. Someone who has seen it or seen footage from it said it looks a lot more commercial than you were expecting, and it had weird Wolf of Wall Street vibes about it.
Yeah, it's not. The story isn't supposed to be quite as intense and dry as The Irishman.
Yeah. So hey, so we shall see. Moving away from Cannes, Vin Diesel said at the Fast X premiere last week that the studio are interested in a trilogy of final Fast films. However, and also, have you guys heard about the mid-credits bit?
The fact that I believe we predicted this.
Yeah, I think we might have. So, it's been leaked that The Rock appears in the mid-credits, setting him up for the next one.
Which will have absolutely nothing to do with the roaring success that some people think was a failure, but actually it was exactly what was intended of Black Adam.
It does make me laugh that part of the justification for like the amount of money that was going to be made for it was streaming, where it was like Warner are paying themselves to stream it. You can't count that.
Yeah.
But in movie accounting you can. But it's an interesting one. It's looking at an around $60 million opening in the US, which is not great.
Oh.
The global, it's looking at about 285, but it very much depends on China. And I mean, like Deadline have been speculating the studio may even stop at this one. I don't think they will, but Vin,
I think it'd have to gross less than, I would say, 500 million.
Yeah, it would have to do so fucking badly, because apparently this one basically just ends halfway through with it just stops.
Yeah.
Unless
we get a full fucking Divergent and it just comes out as a TV movie in 4 years' time.
Yeah, or not even that with Divergent. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, who knows? I think they'll just do a second one, and then you give it 5 years, and then they'll do Dom's kid heading up a crew of young racers and Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
But we shall see. Do we have any other movie news, or shall I segue into the final trailer for Fast X?
Let's segue into the final trailer for Fast X.
So, the final trailer for Fast X is 4.5 minutes long and came out 4 days before the film comes out. That trailer is obviously just meant to get people hyped to just go to the cinema, just go. And it worked. It worked. I need 2 hours, 20 minutes of that.
I like the fact that it's 2 hours 20. You know, I feel like now, if a Fast movie came out and it was an hour 57, I'd go, ooh, what went wrong? Something went wrong.
It's fucking wild
there.
though, like watching the old ones, and they're all like 100 and some.
Yeah, which is fine, but for now, these grand epics that have all these different characters that go on various different adventures within the same framework of the storyline, which is a really good idea, because you only have to have them like available together at the same time for very minute amount of time.
Yeah.
It would be weird if it was like under 2 hours long, but it's also not plus 2.5 hours long, so it's not an egregiously long film.
Oh my god. That was such a long word for you. I'm so proud of you.
Egregiously. It's like 4 syllables.
That's really... Oh.
I know, I got out first time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the new Fast trailer, it is... I am so interested in what's happening with Momoa.
Dante Enchanté. Yeah.
And then he starts stroking the guns that are next to him. It's just I just hope that it's just Momoa is just fucking around trying to like jokingly fucking flirt with Dom Toretto like Javier Bardem in Spectre. Or Skyfall, let's say, sorry.
Well, yeah. But yeah. I mean, it looks fun. I don't know. Apparently it's incredibly silly. I've read a couple of people going, it's like it's written by AI, but I'm also kind of thinking like that's just a very hot thing to get attention these days. So I'm not too sure if I feel you there.
It's a little bit like it's like that synopsis there was written by AI.
It just looks real big and dumb, and I'm so here for it.
I like the fact that trailer literally starts with them explaining how silly these things have gotten.
It started off as just some street guys, and now they're fucking space explorers.
They literally defy physics.
Yeah, wonderful. Cannot fucking wait for Friday.
I will also say I did love the fact that when it's clearly somebody, the person who put that trailer together, loves these films and was having a dig, because when the line comes out that says and defies physics, it showed a shot of him jumping between those two skyscrapers and a shot of the plane thing from Fast 7, I believe it was, where people had done like a calculation and said, while all that was going on, that runway would have to be 7 miles long, until I'm fairly certain it was Luke Evans who in a Q&A when somebody asked him, it went, you know, all those things are happening simultaneously. It's not like they happen individually at these different times. You dumbass.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It was like they put it to us, Luke Evans, who is incredibly blunt he's not rude, but he is very matter of fact in Q&As.
I saw a Q&A with him and Ben Wheatley for fucking High Rise years back. He was great fun. Yeah. So yeah, look, Fast X, we're all looking forward to it. Let's see what happens for our spectacular Fast X Beau is Afraid double bill next week.
God.
Bex, you can absolutely tap out of Beau is Afraid.
Yeah, he just doesn't even seem that scared. That's our tagline, right?
Yeah, Beau is Afraid. He don't look that scared.
Nice.
It just looks. It looks like it thinks it's so important.
The only thing that's really making me interested is the kid in it has had to prove that he's real.
Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix is generally pretty good in stuff.
Yes.
I think he's gone a bit up his own arse recently, though, hasn't he?
It's a possibility.
I'm gonna go see it. I really, really wish it was shorter.
I do, yeah, because I have a feeling that it's just going to be just how long it is just going to start to really make. I'm going to be sat in the cinema on my own going, oh.
That's the thing. I'm also pretty confident I will be the only person sat in the cinema watching it.
Yeah.
There's part of me that's curious and part of me that's just like, I know I don't like Ari Aster movies. Why would I put myself through it? Is it one of those things
that part of you is curious going, I would go and see it if it was 2 hours, 10 minutes long?
I'd probably watch it at home.
I'm going to watch it at home. That's fine.
But it's not something I'd go to the cinema to see. You could go see that on Monday if you want.
I'm going to go see it on Monday.
Yeah.
After doing a overnight 12-hour shift.
Oh my God, just go straight there.
If I could, I would.
I think that would enhance the experience.
That'd be such a vibe.
Yeah, just like complete lack of sleep. I think that would enhance it.
I might actually have a look and see. If it starts at like 11, I might come home, have some breakfast, then go and see it. Just not go to sleep before that. So I've been being up for like 27 hours or something like that.
I think that would be a great experiment, which I'd encourage.
I'm going to check and see if I can. Because as long-term listeners will know, I like a weird experiment for a film.
Yes. Okay, so Fast X aside, what else have you guys been catching trailer-wise?
Midday, Beau is Afraid. I reckon I could do that, you know.
Oh dear.
I think he's sorted.
I think I'm going to do that.
There's no daytime showings of that cunt here.
That's
as
a
far as I
Parkway.
can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's your bloody favourite as well. I got a 4 or a 8. I'm not fucking staying in the cinema till 11:30 at night watching Beau is Afraid. It's not fucking happening.
No.
So I got 4 on Sunday. I will be by myself for that.
I think the last time I did like one of those was I did like a super long shift, started at like 6 a.m. and did till about 8 at night. Then went straight to see Inland Empire at the cinema, and I was really tired. And I remember coming out of the cinema and just being like really fucking weirded out.
Yeah,
because it was just so odd. I walked home.
That is some like proper what is reality shit.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a good time.
Wow. Yeah. What else have you guys been seeing trailer wise?
Haunted Mansion. Yeah. Do you know what? Was very glad when it came up and said that it was in cinemas and it wasn't just a Disney Plus original.
I am so fucking in the bag for this movie.
I will go and see this in the cinema gladly.
Days.
Yeah.
It looks like they've thrown some money at it, doesn't it?
Got a decent cast on it as well.
Decent cast. It just looks fun. I'm looking forward to just watching something that is just like quite childish fun at the cinema.
I'm a little worried it might look a little bit too scary for lots, but it's one where I could see the 3 of us going, and I'd really like that. So
yeah. How old is she in? I'm
9,
sure.
but she's pretty fucking sensitive.
Oh.
If it was animated, she'd go. And to be fair, like I said last week, I took her to see The House with a Clock in its Walls when she was 4. So, but yeah, I can't push films on her. I've got to let her come to them.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very up for Haunted Mansion. I'm just up for a good time. When's that out? Is it Christmas time?
No, I think it might be August the 11th, I want to say. I think it might be my birthday weekend over here.
Oh,
Summer holiday fair.
Because it's that Gran Turismo and the last voyage of the Demeter. So, do you know what I might do then? Actually, I might make this my birthday film and guilt Lottie into coming.
I definitely think I thoroughly endorse that.
I'll take her to we'll go to Pizza Express and then go to see Haunted Mansion. Yeah, okay, the plan.
Maybe pepper in some child-friendly horror between now and when it comes out, just to see how she reacts, like some Goosebumps and The Hole and stuff like that.
The Hole's not child-friendly.
Oh, it is.
No, it's not.
The Hole she wouldn't take. Goosebumps, it's the dummy. I've tried it on her before.
Spiderwick, did you try that recently? Didn't you?
Yeah. She loved Spiderwick. Yeah,
Spiderwick's quite.
It's intense in moments rather than outwardly scary.
Yeah.
I think Haunted Mansion is going to be just dumb and silly rather than scary.
It's just that trailer does have a couple of jumpy bits, you know. So yeah. I don't know. It's directed by it's like a really random director. It's Justin Simeon, I think, who did Dear White People.
But you occasionally get this where you get randomers doing stuff.
But it's like, to be honest, I think it's probably how they got Lakeith Stanfield, because I kind of feel like that guy wouldn't naturally star in The Haunted Mansion. But if it was directed by Justin Simeon, why not?
Yeah, and then you get that Danny DeVito going, yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I do want to check that now though, just in case I've massively made an assumption.
We've also got,
Justin Simeon. Yeah.
Extraction 2.
So, I think it's very, very funny that they are saying from the directors of Avengers Endgame, but Netflix's own The Grey Man is completely shut out of the trailer.
Yeah, I think it's amusing the fact that the Russo brothers have just kind of gone to the suckling the teat of streaming, having made their name with the Marvel films, and are just banging constantly on about streaming. But movie studios are now starting to go, do you know what? Quite like cinemas.
Yeah.
quite late cinemas. And like a few were saying, do you know what? We used to be before like streaming took over. People used to go out and just buy like a copy of a movie. Can we bring that back somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look. I think Extraction 2 looks good. I'm kind of looking forward to rewatching Extraction 1. I remember enjoying it.
Yeah,
so...
I remember enjoying it. I think it looks good. It's, do you know what? It's an extension. I may not expecting anything more than 7 out of 10 from this movie, and that will be good. I'll be happy with just an enjoyable 7 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like it's gonna have some fun fake one-shot shit about it, and you know why not? Tyler Rake is back, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Five Nights at Freddy's, another animatronic fucking kids adventure things come to life and start killing people. There's been a lot of these recently, haven't there?
Not really. There's been like 3.
That's a lot.
And this would be the 3rd.
This would be the 4th. I'm including like the Winnie the Pooh one and shit like that.
Winnie
as
the
well,
Pooh's
though.
not out yet, is it?
No, but
Blood and Honey. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
But it's not animatronics. That's like a real the film Winnie the Pooh who got fucked over by Christopher Robin and goes mad.
Yeah. I'm really keen to see that actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that actually. I just said that out loud. That sounds great.
Yeah, when you described it like that, yeah, that sounds pretty fucking good. All right, I'm backing.
But yeah, no, I mean, look, Five Nights at Freddy's, it's Blumhouse. I'm a little bit wary because it's also going straight to Peacock the same day in the US, which they don't necessarily have to do anymore. But at the same time, they did it with the Halloween ones, and maybe it is just it's a good scary movie thing to entice Peacock subscribers. I don't necessarily think it means anything about the quality, maybe. But at the same time, fully prepared for it to be shit.
The thing is, I think you can make this movie for relatively cheap.
I don't know. Josh Hutcherson commands $40 million a film.
Yeah, so it cost $41 million.
It looks like a less good Willy's Wonderland.
Is that because you think everything's a less good Willy's Wonderland?
I mean, everything's less good than Willy's Wonderland.
You think Schindler's List is a less good Willy's Wonderland?
But
can you imagine that? Imagine that fucking Oscar Schindler just gets on just fucking off for saving more Jewish people just to fuck off to just go and play pinball.
People have got to take a break, have some downtime.
But Matthew Lillard's in it, which kind of makes me think, because I like him in stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a go, but I might just regret not just rewatching Willy's Wonderland.
You know you're going to end up watching it, then watching Willy's Wonderland afterwards.
What was the other one? The other animatronics one that came out a few
Banana
years?
Splits.
That was it, yeah.
And we reviewed that in that Brewdog in Carlisle where I just got stuck under the table. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that.
Yeah. Oh, man. I think we've got one more. The biggie?
The biggie.
So I've got
drum roll.
I've got another one.
Go on.
So new trailer for this Gareth Edwards film that I didn't even know existed. The Creator. So this is John David Washington in a world where AI has basically almost taken over. And he's like a military guy. He's sent on a mission to destroy, like, essentially, like, the final weapon that will kill all humanity. And he discovers that it's a kid, or it's like an AI kid or something. And then for some reason he's going to protect it. It looks big. It's original sci-fi. It looks pretty fucking epic. Comes out the end of September, where it feels like it's in a good spot to actually do well and make some money. It's a good trailer. Maybe you guys catch up on it next week and we'll talk about it a bit more next week. But it's yes, solid trailer.
Oh, yeah, sounds interesting. We'll definitely give that a go. I think I was reading about that the other day, actually. Came up on something. And it was like, ooh, didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good. Yeah, biggie. All right, so Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm assuming that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
I was talking about the Earth Mama trailer.
What, do you want to talk about the Earth Mama trailer?
I've not watched it. I was only joking.
Okay then. Right. So Jord said in our boy chat earlier today that it didn't wow him as much as he was expecting it to, and I'm kind of feeling that as well. But I gave it another watch, and this trailer seems to be very much about the story of the film, more so than because the Fallout one is vibes. You know,
that's the problem. They've set the bar too high.
Yeah.
The Fallout trailer.
Yeah, they have. So this one is selling the real emotive shit is going to happen in this film. Like that feels like it. And also, I think it was in front of an IMAX film last year. There was this big featurette. I think it was Avatar. A big featurette about the motorcycle jump sequence, and then they released it online. So we've already seen that bit. So if that's the biggest bit in the trailer, we already saw that 4 or 5 months ago.
Well, Macquarie has said, haven't he, that there's a bigger bit than that in the film.
So that's going to be the train then.
There's going to be something big, yeah.
That bit, amateurs shot, but that train that literally goes off into nothing.
Yeah.
So that if it's that, and obviously they have to shoot this stuff practically. They have to shoot it real. Surely there's a place where life is cheap, where also it's quite cheap to make sure that there are no people or drones around the airspace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. If it's it turns out it's something that was filmed live practically and no fucker knows about it.
Well, this is the interesting thing. Macquarie has and crews have spoken about this and said there is an easy way to do that. Because when he said, you can always film it, he said, no, there's an easy way to do that. If you film something over military airspace and you get authorization to do it, nothing else is allowed to fly in there. And so,
well, there you go.
Yeah, so that's the way they get away with these things. And also, they do stupid shit just pretend you're going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
That was Chris Nolan's one, was asked, how did you keep that secret? When it's really easy. We just told the press that we were going to be somewhere else, and they all went there.
But look, Bex, this, it's Mission Impossible. Well, what did you think to this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking banger of a trailer. It's just never going to live up to the Fallout trailer, is it? I watched this and thought, I might find that fucking trailer with Friction by Imagine Dragons on it again and watch that. But the film itself looks good. You sort of said, does it look like Rebecca Ferguson's got an awful lot to do?
That's my only issue with this trailer. I think it's a fucking great trailer, by the way. I think I was very much. If I have to kill a person right now to watch this movie right now, can you bring 2 in just in case?
One doesn't count.
Yes, just in case I want to put my legs out. But yeah, I would definitely. I'm fucking fully on board for this. But the one bit that I was watching, not a lot of Becky Fergs in that, whereas there's an awful lot of what's her name.
Hayley Atwell.
That's the swat, yeah.
She's the bird out of Captain America, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The one who actually, every time you see an interview with her, you go, you seem like a bit of a dick.
Yeah, but that's your thing.
No, but you have to have earned it, and she just doesn't seem like she's earned it.
Have to have earned it. Yep.
Yeah, I'd. But we'll have to wait and see. It's only the first trailer.
Second trailer.
Yeah.
I'm very on board.
Hey, yeah, look,
when
100%.
Music kicks in, they have played a blinder with that music, haven't they? It served them fucking well over the years.
The whole, all of your lives are more important than mine, and then maybe all of our lives aren't as important as this mission. It's like, why not accept that? Do you know what? That is one of the reasons why I love these movies.
Yeah.
Well,
He will happily fuck up a mission to save someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. It's like that's been a bit of a thread, the whole like what is the mission, like how and like him being able to have it all, like saving those close to him and saving the world. It does kind of feel like
it's all set up from the opening. I mean, of the first one is. It opens out, you go, oh, look, it's all the team, and then they're all dead like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see whether they actually follow through with that in this. It's like, do they actually kill one of them off? And what are the odds that it's not Simon Pegg?
The thing is, you'd think that it would be Ving Rhames. But he's also been there since the start.
The problem is, though, I think when the core team always all survive, is it does start to feel a little bit low stakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might have to kill someone off.
Often it does seem like the only ones that are actually in peril is Cruz. And Becky Fergs.
And this is the part of me. It's like Simon Pegg being offered, you get to be the martyr. You get to be the emotional centre of the film. I reckon Simon Pegg fucking loves that.
Yeah, and you'll still be credited in the next one because we'll have bits that you've shot that are going to be in it. So you're still going to get paid.
Yeah, I think from a tension point of view, they really could do with that.
What, one of them dying at the end? That would not surprise me if one of them did die at the end of this, and the next one was Cruz just going fucking just nuts.
Full revenge. Full John Wick.
Yeah.
You can't have Becky Fergs and Hayley Atwell both survive by the end, or both be good guys at the end of this film.
Death to Hayley.
Yeah. Unless Hayley Atwell ends up being Simon Pegg's love interest.
I think she'll be a bad guy or something like it. They kind of look similar. They're a kind of a they're quite similar, but Becky Fergs is also like a unicorn. So
only in the sense that Hayley Atwell's like a budget Becky Fergs.
Yeah, no, she's kind of little Becky Ferguson.
Yeah.
Poor
girl. I feel like we're being mean.
No, but she's like Waitrose, lots of other women. Yeah. So there you go. I don't.
Yeah, stacked against Becky Fergs. I think a lot of us would be budget versions, wouldn't we?
No, exactly. It's just the figure. Becky Fergs once put out an Instagram thing about how much she likes PSVR. Yeah, and she was like, "This is great," and it's just like a video of her whacking around stuff in virtual reality. And it was like, right, okay, cool, you're fun.
It was a few years ago, over like a Christmas.
Yeah.
Where she just posted loads of Instagram stories of her playing with her family, playing that. And also, she's a very keen skateboarder. So for her Christmas present the same year, her husband had a little skate park and half pipe built for her in their garden.
Nice.
That's great. And it just like, she does just seem to have had like a husband since she's been famous. She's just got a family. And you never see anything out about her in the tabloids and stuff. She's just starring in shit and having a fun life. I just massively respect that. It's great. But also, before we move on, Dead Reckoning Part 1 comes out on a Tuesday in the UK. And obviously we usually record on a Wednesday. So I'm assuming, like for once, in all fairness, we could do a the day after we saw it review.
Oh, yeah.
11th of July, it comes out here. Let's do it.
I'll be able to make that work, no matter what.
And then the show the next week after is Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
On double bill.
I mean, it's just the incredible. Like, I know I was saying last week that like the quality of films so far this year has not necessarily been like the absolute bangers, and I looked at my letterboxd and the highest rating I've given something is 4.5. You know, it kind of feels like the summer has the potential for a couple of bangers in there. That's what we need before we get into what it also looks like a very promising Oscar season. So
I really hope so, because currently I think my favourite film of the year is Dungeons and fucking Dragons.
I mean, it's up there for me as well, and you know that that and Rye Lane, you know what I mean. And it's like I don't want to diminish either of those films, but neither of them would have been in my top 10 at the end of last year. So you know there is that as well, and Air as well. You know, even though that's on Prime now, and I kind of want to give it another go. So maybe that says something for me personally, because I'm a fucking dickhead. Right. So
I will be watching it again before the end of the year.
Yeah, I think I will. I like that film. Right. I think I'm going to build up here. So let's talk about 65. So this is directed by the guys who wrote A Quiet Place. Can you tell I'm stalling because I forgot to set this up?
Scott Beck and Brian Woods.
Yeah, Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who wrote and directed this. And it stars Adam Driver, Ariana Greenblatt, Chloe Coleman, and Nika King. Those are the 4 people who are on screen in this film. And Nika King maybe for about 20 seconds. So, after a catastrophic crash on an unknown planet, pilot Mills quickly discovers he's actually stranded on Earth 65 million years ago. Now, with only one chance at rescue, Mills and the only other survivor, Koa, must make their way across an unknown terrain riddled with dangerous prehistoric creatures in an epic fight to survive. Epic. Mark, 65. We don't usually do this. I'm going to ask a question to start off.
Ooh.
Do you think it had enough of a budget?
Yes and no. Yes, I think it had enough of a budget. No, I don't think it had enough of the budget for the film that it wants to be.
What, a real introspective fucking mopey movie about something that should be quite exciting?
That's the problem, is...
It's done that because it doesn't have the money to be anything else.
But I also don't think that the directors have the imagination to do anything else than that. It does feel totally similar to something like A Quiet Place, where it's a lot of pensive looking at stuff. At one point I did think, shit, is Adam Driver just not going to speak at all? Oh no, at least started talking. The thingy about that, the experience I had with it was, I like the fact that the title card comes into the movie like 35 minutes into the fucking movie. I always like the balls of that. I like the fact that when that happened, my brain instantly went, oh, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. But that was more interesting than anything else that happened after it.
I mean, the fact that the film has to have 2 separate expository title cards explain what is happening, because I mean, fair play, because Adam Driver can't talk to the girl really because she doesn't understand him, and there's no one else for him to talk to, so the film has to explain what's happening somehow. So just do a couple title cards 17 minutes apart. It wasn't 35 minutes, Mark. I respect your enthusiasm there. It was 17 minutes.
17.
But the fact that there's
Felt like 35.
It's explanatory. That's fine. You think what you think. The sky is red.
I'm not saying it was that. I'm saying it felt to me like it was 35 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, fair enough. Yeah. Look, the fact that there is an explanatory title card at the start that's just like, there's this planet really, really far away and people live on it. And then 17 minutes later, but guess what? One of them's on Earth and there's dinosaurs. It just, I don't know. Can we not just go? This guy lives on a planet that doesn't look like Earth. He's crash landed on another planet. There's dinosaurs. It's Earth. Do you actually need title cards? Sorry.
No.
No, it's it literally you could have worked that out.
The thing is, as well, what they could have done is just fucking left that, and then when the comet lands at the end, kills all the fucking dinosaurs, and then like over the credits they show the Earth evolving to become Earth modern. That could have been like a oh my fucking god kind of moment. They could have left it alone.
Yeah, but they clearly just fucking shot their load too quickly.
You just need to have faith in your audience.
Maybe
they just didn't think anyone would fucking sit through it till the end.
The other bit that got me though was when he was trying to explain like the mountain thing to the kid. I'm looking at going, that's a shit drawing. There are better ways to do what you are doing.
Do you know what would have been a better choice?
What?
Don't make her speak a completely different language.
It did feel, it was
what
odd.
a stupid story choice when you've only got two characters.
It did feel like a very high degree of difficulty, didn't it? Yeah,
it felt a little bit like they went, do you know what really works? Do you know what really works for us? What our vibe is? What if people can't actually talk to each other in these situations?
Well, I don't want to raise alarm bells, but they wrote the Boogeyman.
Oh, great.
Oh, did they?
But I think we'll be okay. And Bex, I mean, like,
to be fair, Stephen King wrote the Boogeyman, so we've got some good base.
There is that. Bex, I feel like we already know what you think. So I don't know if we just want to kind of like put it into wider discussion. But I mean, were there any specific points that you wanted to kind of lead with here?
No, not really. I finished it. I watched it today on my day off. Wasted an hour and whatever it was of my time watching it, and it was just really fucking boring. And I sent you a message, didn't I, saying for a movie about a spaceman, about a spaceman who crash lands on a mysterious planet where there's dinosaurs. That is a hell of an achievement for it to be as boring as it was.
You actually sent me the
It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
This feels so long.
This film is again in my it feels like a letterboxd list I need to make of films where the lead actor would not have fucking starred in it if there wasn't COVID. Like, this 100% is a film that Adam Driver is in because they were able to get it greenlit in a time where you had to be careful about having like large casts and crews and whatnot, and maybe the standard of stuff that was out there wasn't really up to snuff.
I feel like I have some fucking self-respect.
I don't know, because it was, on the face of it, it was interesting. Adam Driver starring in an original sci-fi film, and then it just fucking came and went. And this is the thing, I think we probably would have made the effort to go and see it whatever week it came out. I think it was the same week as Scream. We would have made the effort to see it if people were saying anything other than but and you understand why. And the thing is, I didn't hate it. I thought it ramped up okay in the end, and I thought Driver was good value, and also it's short enough. But my God, is this a film that just doesn't need to exist?
My issue with the ending was I didn't care because they've not put in the legwork in the rest of the movies to make me actually care about the characters. They just wander about, occasionally getting attacked by dinosaurs, which I also didn't care if they survived.
Yeah.
Do you know what? This film's really rubbed me up the wrong way. I do apologise for being so negative. Do you know what? I like Adam Driver as a screen presence and as an actor, and I just need him to start making better fucking choices with his films.
Yeah,
because that White Noise wasn't very good.
I really like White Noise.
I like White Noise.
Whatever. House of Gucci wasn't very good.
Really fun.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. I really like House of Gucci.
Last Duel, I still haven't made the effort to watch because
it's great.
It sounds fucking crap.
It's hard work.
Annette is awful. Can't really count the Star Wars movies, but he's fucking great in them. Marriage Story's fucking weird. And then you're back to The Dead Don't Die, which I absolutely adore, but I don't think he's...
Go fuck itself.
Yeah.
It's like the one that you've mentioned that I don't like.
I like it.
Even though the thing is, I went to see that film because I was too late for the fucking Kubrick exhibition at the V&A in London. And I then spent £20 on a ticket and a drink at Everyman and Curzon, and was fucked off. So I was in a bad mood.
I'd maybe give it another go at some point. It is fun.
Life's too short.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I feel like we're maybe done on 65. I wasn't anticipating a long discussion, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's a bit dull, really.
There we are. A touching cloth.
Yeah, I don't think it's shit, but I just think it's a bit dull. So I think I'm gonna go touching cloth as well.
Bex is full on shit. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Our audience poll: 40% definitely not shit, 40% touching cloth, and 20% shit.
Divisive.
Weirdly so.
CS3P Combat. Player 1, choose your character.
Tired of film and television podcasts where the hosts exist in a blissful state of agreement?
Kid Stronger. Player 2, choose your character.
Well, you're in luck.
Hunter. Round 1, fight!
Allow me to introduce you to the Chinstroker vs. Punter podcast, featuring two film and television fans from Birmingham, England, who enjoy their media in very different ways.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of the plot of Blue Velvet.
The plot. I mean, the main characters are two of the dullest main characters I have ever encountered in any film.
So join us as we catch up on what we've been watching from our own very different perspectives.
Double KO. Round 2, fight!
You can find us at csvsp.libsyn.com, also on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all the places that podcasts can be found.
Just really
It's not visually striking.
No.
Just getting confirmation.
It's just in English. That's the third time, though. I mean, is this on?
Right. Okay. Mark Bex, you kind of do your own thing in terms of organisation with what you've been up to, so I'll leave it to you guys.
What have you been up to, Bex?
What have I been up to? Have I done anything else other than watch films?
Well, shall I do mine?
Go on then.
I
Took a bullet, didn't you?
I took the bullet
Oh, what did you do?
for us all, and I watched because I thought we were.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just remembered what this was. Sorry. Yeah.
And I watched The Mother. The J-Lo is a badass movie. Also, we worked out, didn't we, Bex, that I have seen all but one J-Lo movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to watch that at some point.
Oh, God.
So I'll go through what The Mother is about. Released, by the way, landed Mother's Day weekend in the US. Way to go, Netflix. So Jennifer Lopez plays the mother, and she's literally just called the mother within the film, right? And so what happens is she's kind of been interrogated at an FBI safe house, right? Mm-hmm. Where she's got to give up these two guys who are from like rival, like one's a cartel boss and the other one is an ex-rogue FBI trainer, military trainer, right? And she's having a kid, and the kid might be either of theirs because she was having an affair with both of them, right? And she keeps saying, I'm not signing this till I get all this protection stuff. I'm not signing this place isn't safe, I know it isn't safe. And the FBI guys there going, fuck you, it's fucking safe. And she's going, no, it's not. And they're going, no, it fucking is. Fuck you, you're just fucking about. And she's going, no, it's not safe. And they're going, fuck. And it literally goes on like that for way too long. And then do you know what? Because she's sat there going, I mean, it's not safe, is it? Like, just they both get shot in the head.
Wow.
And then, fucking, what would you have it? Turns out one's safe. And one of the guys who is played by Joseph Fiennes, right? Fucking turns up. And that's when you find out, oh my God, she's pregnant. And then Joseph Fiennes stabs her in the pregnant belly.
Oh, no.
Bloody hell.
And you're like, oh, fucking hell, Joseph Fiennes.
Yeah?
Yep. And then just like, she goes, like, from there on, she gives up the kid, because the kid gets born. She gives up the kid and goes into hiding. And this FBI dude says to her, I will send you a birthday card and a picture from her every year on her birthday to let you know she's all right. And she's like, all right. And if you ever receive something that's not on her birthday, you'll know something's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
But you have it, 12 years later, she gets a card, not on her birthday,
Whoa.
saying meet in this place. So she just fucking goes off and goes rogue.
Wow.
The issue with this film is, one, it's really boring.
Yeah.
Two, there is one point, right? Now, the thing is, Jennifer Lopez looks physically, and I explained this, didn't I, Bex? Like, physically, like, she could do this shit.
Mm.
She could, like, do a lot of the things that she's doing. There's an on-the-foot chase, because there always is in these movies.
Yeah.
Right? Through Cuba, it is. And not the entire length of the country, because that would have been way too long. It's a small borough in Cuba.
A burrow?
Yeah.
Like a rabbit
A
burrow?
barrier, yeah.
What do you mean, a burrow?
Yeah. It was
I got it from Borrow, to be fair. I feel like I take the piss out of the way he says things a lot, so I need to kind of back him up there. I got what he meant.
No, you can't let him get away with this shit, Ian.
So she's chasing this guy. This guy does not look like he can do this, like, at all. At all. So the chase is really slow because this guy looks like if he ran 60 yards, he would die. And he's having to run really fast through all the fucking back streets of Cuba. J-Lo looks like she could do this.
Mm.
However, what happens is you get fucking face on J-Lo running. From the back, J-Lo running, clearly J-Lo stunt double that looks nothing like J-Lo. And then it'll cut to a shot of the face bit and you'll go, oh, it's J-Lo running. Wait a minute. No, that's not fucking J-Lo. And it's constantly like that throughout the bits. So you've got this guy running really slowly. And then you've got this fucking supercar.
Does he look like he's really trying, though?
He looks like he's fucking knackered.
Does J-Lo look like she's doing that pretend slow motion running thing?
No, she looks like she's got this really intense face and she's running really intensely. And then it just cuts to like this fucking really skinny stunt double they've got for her that is just like from the back with a really bad wig that's kind of on its side. And honestly, it is almost comical how bad it is.
God.
And it's not supposed to be that bad. And then there's a scene where she's like interrogating like this guy and she keeps punching him in the face. And the FBI dude who's been like helping her out is there going, oh, you won't like her when she's angry. And it's like, she looks fucking like, she looks really angry right now. She keeps punching him in the face. I think J-Lo can pull off I think she can pull off a lot of things. Aggressive is just not one of them. It's so funny. And it's not supposed to be. And it's worse because you've then got Joseph Fiennes turning up, trying to act really fucking tough and like intimidating, and you just watched it going, nah, no.
Show me Joseph Fiennes.
No, fuck off, Shakespeare. You do not look like you are.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, yeah.
No, he doesn't look intimidating.
No, your brother can do intimidating. You can't.
No.
And it's comical. It's not very good, the mother.
I'm really glad I didn't watch it.
And also as well, do you know what? I would suggest people watch it for how just quite funny it is at points. if it was 90 minutes long. It is 2 hours long. And it literally is, they go from place to place, J-Lo chases after somebody, catches them, punches them loads to get them more information to then run to another place.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not very good. I'll continue with what I've been watching. I've only got one more, but it is this week's Dash Mihawk. We hardly knew her.
Yep, great.
Only got to one this week. I was a little bit disappointed in myself.
Oh dear.
But what a film! What a film did I watch?
What is it?
So I watched, because he's in it, Dash Mihawk. He plays a guy called Soap. I rewatched Punisher Warzone.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Right. What a fucking treat this movie is.
I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, you will love it. Genuinely. It is just obscenely violent.
Oh, lovely. I do like a violent movie.
Like Ray Stevenson as the Punisher, who happens to both at the same time be brilliant as the Punisher and just terrible as the Punisher at exactly the same time. You can be mid-scene watching him and going, Ray Stevenson does a good job of the Punisher. Ray Stevenson should not be the Punisher. He's not very good at it.
Okay.
A bit where he punched the guy so hard that his hand goes straight through his face.
Oh wow.
Straight through his fucking face. Yeah. That possibly a paedophile who was in who played Percy Whitmore in Green Mile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He plays one of the bad guys called Looney Bin Jim.
Excellent
Who,
character name.
at one point, because Dominic West, who plays Jigsaw, the bad guy of the film, I'm building up to Dash, don't worry.
Jigsaw like Jigsaw?
No, not like that Jigsaw. He's called Jigsaw because his face is all mangled.
He does like to play a game though.
Yeah. It would be better. So yeah, he plays Jigsaw, and so that Jigsaw will never have to look at himself in a mirror again, Looney Bin Jim just constantly keeps, and there's ever a mirror nearby, he just smashes it by throwing himself into it. It's bonkers, is this movie. But Dash Mihawk plays Soap, who is a detective who is the head of the Punisher task force. But like he can never catch the Punisher. Like he's just really fucking bad at it. So he's like this running joke that he's like obsessed with the Punisher, but he's the only cop who's never actually seen the Punisher. And so it's constantly, that's the running joke throughout the movie. But what would you have it? Turns out he's actually friends with the Punisher and he's working in cahoots with him. Yep, that's it. Punisher Warzone. I had a fucking great time with this. It's stupidly violent. I genuinely bet I think you'd love it.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it came out around the same time as something else that was quite similar that kind of stole a lot of its limelight. But it's a good time.
What's that weird one called that Marky Mark Wahlberg's in?
Max Payne.
Yeah.
Max Payne, yeah. But yeah, everyone should go watch the Punisher Warzone for two reasons. One, it's fun. Two, Dash Mihawk.
Fair play.
Yeah. I have literally got 4 other Dash Mihawk films currently downloaded on my iPad to watch during lunches.
Which ones?
What? I'm not going to fucking tell you all that.
Oh, okay.
Ruin the surprise.
Yeah, would you?
So what have you been watching, Bex? And then we'll do the one that we watched together that wasn't a feature review film. Have you already forgotten it?
I was like, shit, what was that? What
Bex was there, literally looking at the Wikipedia for the film that has a poster of the film, like with this perplexed look of, I didn't watch that. Not only did Bex watch it, you suggested it.
I suggested it. I did. Yeah.
I mean, you actually wrote it, so I'm very surprised.
Okay, so an unreasonable amount of my time over the last week has been spent repotting houseplants from small pots into larger pots. But I have managed to get some films in. So, when did we record? The 10th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. So, I have watched... so I rewatched Spider-Man.
Did you?
Spider-Man No Way Home, yeah.
All right. Random.
Well, I saw some random gif of Andrew Garfield and thought, I like Andrew Garfield. I'll watch Spider-Man No Way Home if it's on anything. And it is, it's on Sky, so. It's really fucking good, is Spider-Man. The new, the No Way Home thingy. The emotional depth of having all three of them together, it's like, they're all so fucking emo. Especially Andrew Garfield. And then Tobey Maguire's there just looking like real old.
He's one where it's all kind of worked out quite well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's with his MJ and just living his life, isn't he? So, and then he's like to Andrew Garfield, things do get better, blah, blah, blah. And it's all just it is very emotional. And it's real fucking sad at the end when they just don't remember him. But yeah, we spoke at length about that when it came out, so I won't belabor the point. I watched a really weird one this day, but I'll get to that in a second. So I also rewatched Anastasia. I haven't seen Anastasia in fucking years, like years. But it's like, what's he called? Smut Bloom. The man who did the things.
Don Bluth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a him film.
The man who did the things was the key for me remembering him.
That was pretty impressive, that.
That was really good, to be fair.
That's almost as impressive as me recognising that you were watching Anastasia when I came in. It was paused.
And it was just like a foot.
And it was a foot. And
that's pretty good, actually. That's way more impressive.
Are you watching? And Bex just kind of went, there's no way you can get it from this. It's like, watching Anastasia.
So yeah, Don Bluth's made some absolute fucking bangers. Some of which are among my favourite animated movies, but I've only ever watched Anastasia once before. And yeah, and I saw it's on Disney Plus. So I was like, do you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it. It's really good. And it's really I think it's when they trusted kids to be able to follow more complex storylines.
I mean, that's a stupid idea, that.
No, but it gives you a more well-rounded film, and it gives you a more well-rounded fucking kid that can watch something longer than a TikTok video. So yeah, just really enjoyable and beautiful to look at. As all these films are.
It is a very good-looking movie, yeah.
But yeah, the voice casts kind of. I was watching it, and the bit at the beginning where it's her and her dad talking, and she's talking to her grandma, and I was like, right, I recognise both young Anastasia and the grandma's voices. It's Angela fucking Lansbury, Kirsten Dunst. And then she somehow turned into Meg Ryan, but she doesn't sound like Meg Ryan.
Does she still sound like Kirsten Dunst?
A little bit.
So it's Meg Ryan doing an impression of Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
A Meg Ryan that sounds like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. That's a weird kink we knew we needed.
And John Cusack just sounds like John Cusack, so that's fine.
But he looks like Kirsten Dunst.
That's the kicker. That's what it is. So then, when we were talking before we went on holiday, you'd watched some random anime movie.
Me?
No, Ian.
Susumi.
Yeah, and then you mentioned about another one that was on Netflix. So I favourited that and another one that was by the same people called A Whisker Away.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen this, but yeah.
All right, well, I'm not going to give too much away then. There's some real weird cat shit going on. Not cat shit.
That's it.
Like horny cat shit.
No, well... A little bit.
Right.
Watch it.
No.
Okay.
I don't know, horny cat shit. I've got to be honest.
No, it's not like super horny, but there's this. Okay, so this girl.
But there's this cat and he fucks.
This girl has a crush on this boy.
Yeah.
But he's not interested in her. But she's got a mask that can turn her into a cat.
And he fucks the
And
cat.
when she, yeah.
And
he's into the cat.
He really likes the cat.
No, I'm
you
not
know, on a
watching
cat
this.
level.
How much?
Not on a sexual level, but on a cat level. But then her memories start getting mixed up. So like when he's stroking the cat, she then remembers it as him like stroking her hair and stuff.
Right.
It's just real fucking weird, really weird. But then she decides that her life's shit, and she says like, "Oh, I don't like my human life anymore. I'd rather just stay a cat." And then this real fat cat that initially gave her the mask comes and goes, "Ha ha ha! You said it. Now I get to take your face." So that he sells cat masks to people that want to be cats.
Great.
And people masks to cats that want to be people.
Sounds good.
Sounds fucking bonkers, Becky.
And so then he resells her face that's fallen off because she's decided to stay a cat to her stepmother's cat, who then is posing as her. But obviously still living in the same house.
Of course.
But then she decides she doesn't want to be a cat because she hears the guy that she's got a crush on like being real sad about the fact that she's gone missing. Oh, this is before the face has been resold. Mm-hmm. So for a period there, she's missing.
Yep.
And he's real sad about it. And he's like joining in on like search expeditions to try and find her. So then she's like, oh, actually, maybe my life wasn't so shit after all because this boy wants me now. And then she wants to. Oh, it's very confusing. So then they go to like a cat world where the people that used to be people and are now cats, they all live in this weird place with the big fat cat. But so then she's going to him to try and get her face back. But then she ends up leading like some kind of revolt because these other people that also got tricked into being cats, they're real angry with the fat guy as well. But then the cat that turned into her really misses being this stepmother's cat. And then they swap back.
You went from saying you weren't going to say too much to saying an awful lot there.
Because he said he wasn't going to watch it.
No, and that's, I don't know, but now I am intrigued.
I've watch
got to
it.
Say,
it's really weird.
I can't see it having any link to the guy who wrote and directed Suzumi or Your Name.
Oh, I think it was just because it came up as a, if you like this, you will also like this recommendation. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Watch Your Name if you can find it anywhere. Like Suzumi will probably be about at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean Suzumi's got like a character that's turned into a child's chair. And by an evil cat. So, you know, it doesn't sound that dissimilar. Was it good?
Yeah.
That's the thing with these films. They've got these fucking batshit premises that just sound like the ramblings of an insane person when you're talking about them. But when you're watching them in the moment, they're quite charming.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it was fucking weird and at points fairly difficult to follow, but like really enjoyable.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah. And then so I continued my Conjuring Universe rewatch.
Hell yeah.
Watched The Nun.
Bex, just to say, when I don't reply to your messages, it's because you send them at 1 a.m.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I do. It's because it just comes to me while I'm watching them because I stay up real late.
Fair enough. It's just I like looked at myself the other day and went, I forgot to reply to Becky. And I'll be honest, I was like, I'm not going to feel that bad about it because I literally would have watched it at like 6:30, like seen it at 6:30 in the morning, just when I've woken up. and been like, right, Bex texts me at 1 a.m. saying something about the girl from. Right, I mean, let's read some. 9 past midnight. Some real she's everything he's just Ken energy going on in The Nun. Poor Frenchie. I also feel like our generation would make much better exorcists. We'd be like, oh, hey, past trauma. Thought we weren't catching up till Thursday. How you been? Which is a fantastic message. And I feel bad for not replying. But also, those are the ramblings of an insane person because it's very late. Continue.
It's just when I watch movies.
It's
but
great.
it has got she's everything he's just Ken energy going on, because it is all about Tysa Farmiga's character. And Frenchie's just there and he just shows up, tries to save her a bit, gets hurt, passes out, and then she's in peril a bit further down the line. He turns up, he tries to help her, he gets hurt, and he passes out. He's really trying, and he's obviously heavy keen for her, but he's not very useful. A bit like Ken. And also, exorcists in movies are always brought down by their fucking, weird shit that's going on in their heads. Whereas I think our generation are very much more in touch with that. We just acknowledge it and go, oh my God, do you know what really fucked me up?
Yeah, but the Pope's exorcist just, brings that shit up and then it explodes into just, in a massive explosion of blood.
Yeah. But anyway, so I stand by both those messages. The Nun itself is not a very good film, though.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's really not. It's a bit shit.
Oh, man.
You got Curse La Llorona next.
Oh, no. That's why I'm putting it off. I was like, I really should, before I start my fast rewatch, I really should do the Curse of La Llorona and just box off that.
Before you start your... Right, well, how many Fast films are you going to rewatch?
All of them, and Hobbs and Shaw.
And you're watching Fast X when?
Well, we haven't worked that out yet, have we? Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine, I'm 3 in.
That's 10 fucking films.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm on Tokyo Drift right now. Not right now.
Oh, so you've started it. All right, that makes me feel slightly better.
So that's what I was saying. I was like, I really should box off Curse of La Llorona before I start on the Fast movies. And I was like, but it's shit. It's just so bad.
Okay, so then okay.
So then I just jumped in.
Spoilers. I did some Fast rewatching, but I didn't go from part 1 again.
Oh, okay. I just really like part 1 for the fact that it's just the escalation in this franchise is wild.
Oh, yeah.
It is absolutely wild. They're just street racers that occasionally do some fucking crime and steal some DVD players.
Yeah.
And then it goes bonkers. But I've watched 1, 2, and about half of 3. And I just love how unrelated and unfocused they are. It's like at the start of when Marvel started making movies and they were just kind of finding their feet and working out what direction they were going to go in. It's got that same kind of vibe to it. So part 1 is part 1. But it is what it is. Everyone knows what Fast and Furious is about. And then part 2 is Brian's back, but there's no Dominic Toretto. Then Roman's there, and they do a thing. And Eva Mendes is there randomly, looking oddly way more grown up than everyone else in the movie.
Yes.
Yep.
That was the time where her face was at the biggest.
Bless her. Oh, she is a beautiful woman now.
God, that's a very specific comment about Eva Mendes. Oh, fuck, I need to unpack that. Say that again.
When her face was at the biggest. She's got a big face in Fast and Furious.
She does a bit in Fast and Furious.
It's a really big face. You're looking at it and going, it's a lot of face on your head.
Hang on.
Really struck me.
She's in Fast and Furious.
2, yeah.
2, yeah.
2 Fast... No, because there's another film. The fourth one is called Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's Too Fast, Too Furious, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Her face is too big in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, she's got a big face.
Got a lot of features on there though to fit in.
It's a busy big face.
Yeah, she's got.
When does she stop having a big face?
She hasn't really, but it was.
I'm feeling very troubled by this remark. Eva Mendes has got too much face.
Yeah, she's got a really big face.
What, like her eyes
Really?
are kind of like bulging out to like the side of her
No,
face?
she's just got a really big face.
I don't think she does.
She
What?
does.
So no, hang on. So she's got too much skin for two little eyes, nose, and mouth.
No, she's got a really. Her face takes up just a weird proportion of her head.
What? Hang on, I need to Google even.
It's a lot of face.
So what's the complaint? That there's not enough like.
It's just there's a lot of
Charms
face
to
going
either
on.
side of her
She
features.
almost looks a little bit like a Bratz doll.
What?
Look at that.
No, you need to send me what you're looking at right now, because Eva Mendes has a perfectly, better than fine face.
I'm not saying that she's not an attractive person. It's just she's a big old face.
It really isn't though.
In what
Especially
way?
not in the picture that you've just highlighted.
That's a big face.
It's not a big face. It's a perfectly reasonable sized face.
A big face. Mark, that's a perfectly fine face. It's just at an angle, so her eyebrow looks like it's close to the end of her face.
That's a big old face. Eva Mendes is a big face.
Mark, that photo
She
is
does.
taken face on. That's all it is.
No, just in general.
No, just in general, it is a thing that he highlights about her all the time, and I'm like, no. You've got a weird complaint about Rosario Dawson as well, haven't you?
What?
But we won't go into that.
Oh, it's about downstairs, isn't it? Yeah.
I just got to say, this is very, very close to the Father Ted Dougal thing of like, oh, the sheep look small over there because they're far away. There's a bit of that to this. It's if you just looked at Eva Mendes head on, you'd be like, oh yeah, that works. And then the minute it goes a degree to the left or the right, you're like, nah, that ain't right.
I mean, I can see why, like at this point here, why you might have that complaint, because there's a lot of makeup.
No, it's not that. She's just got a big face.
She doesn't.
Mark, there's not enough evidence other than she's got a big face.
Just saying, she's got a big face.
Look, Mark, all you're doing, and if this is a bit, you need to tell me now. All you're doing is saying she's got a big face, and I'm wondering whether I need to Google if that's a sign of a stroke.
Well, if it is, it's been going on for the last like 10 years.
Right, okay, all right, fair enough.
She's always seemed to me like she's got a really big face.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm glad Becky's on my side, and I don't feel like I'm fucking insane.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a Mark problem.
All right.
So yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious. All the Brian.
Incredible.
None of the Dom.
Incredible tangent. Sorry.
All Brian, no Dom. So they were clearly at 2 thinking, oh, this is going to be Brian's franchise.
Well, he was off doing, was it Chronicles of Riddick?
Stop interrupting me.
Sorry.
Yep.
And then Tokyo Drift, like, in the context of where it is now, you could watch these movies and go, oh, it was all mapped out because number 2 brings Roman in, then number 3 brings Han in. And it doesn't feel like that when you're watching them.
It was all part of the plan.
It just does not feel like that when you're watching them, because they are clearly they're riding along, they're galloping away, the bridle's broken, the fucking saddle's falling off. Like they're building the track as they go, aren't they? And number 3 is just like, oh yeah, we've had these 2 movies come out, and they, you know, I assume they were quite well received, and given that there's now 10 of them.
2 less so than 1.
Did you reckon they made 2 and they were like
3 not at all? Everyone was surprised that a
3 was close to direct to video, like that. Yeah. It was, and minutia time. Vin Diesel agreed to be in the post credits for Tokyo Drift so he could get the rights to Riddick back. That's the only reason why he is in the post credits of 3, and then he just fucking takes the ball and runs and just makes the Chronicles of Riddick. That film does fucking shit. Yeah. And he's like, oh fuck. And then goes back to Fast and Furious. But the good thing, unlike The Rock, he's just doubled down. He's like, right, this is my shit. This is me now. I'm not gonna get ideas above my station. let's go. This is me. The Rock, he fucks off because he thinks he's going to be DC's new guy. And then Black Adam just is an advertisement for why James Gunn apparently should be the co-CEO of DC. And now he's coming running back like the little bitch that he is.
Yeah, running back the bosom of Uncle Vin.
Anyway, so on a rewatch, you're watching it and you're doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme of pointing at the TV because Han. Oh my God, it's Han. But like at the time, nobody that was in either of the other movies is in this movie.
Nope.
Except for Uncle Vin at the end, right at the end.
Yeah, I do like the fact they brought Lucas Black back for
looking old as shit.
looking like literally like he has had the hardest paper round anyone's had.
Hang on, so we're
in Fast 7.
Fast 7 is in Fast 7.
See, this is why I'm doing a full rewatch. You don't need to because you know all this shit, but there's so much fucking, oh my God, it's that guy from number 1, it's that guy from number 3 in these movies that I need to know who the fuck people are.
Bex, after you talk about the Fast films, I need to just interject with some what I've been watching because they're linked.
Yeah.
Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Whenever I watch anything, like when I was watching the Conjuring movies the other day, any time that something happened that was like linked to one of the other Conjuring movies, my brain just did Ryan Gosling voice of Interlinked. It's fucking irritating as fuck how much that bit of that movie has got in my head. Anyway, that's me done on Fast and Furious. Tokyo Drift, halfway through. Fucking banger. Welcome Han to the franchise.
This week I watched Fast 7, 8 and 9. So I just, and Bex, do you have anything else? Because we'll bounce back after. I just feel like it segues nicely.
No, I think that's me done apart from the...
We had one we watched together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evidently, I don't remember. Did the log.
We're going to go all over the fucking place because I completely forgot that we were also reviewing the score. So we're going to be reviewing the score in a bit as well. So strap in. I kind of thought like, holy shit, it's going to be a short show. No, it's not. So, right. So Fast 7, yes. Lucas Black is back in it. They do the scene from the end of 3 where it's like, oh yeah, somebody wants to race. They say they knew Han. And then it cuts and Lucas Black, despite the fact that this is after a race with Dom, has obviously aged at least a decade, which says to me that having a race against Dominic Toretto is so intense that it ages you. And I actually think that if you asked Vin Diesel what the reason was that he looked older, that is what he would say. So, yes, Lucas Black looks fucking rough. And like when it's compared to Tokyo Drift, it's unfair. Put some more makeup on the dude. De-age him. He's only in one scene. It's not going to cost that much. Just do something. It is, and by the time you get to Fast 9, he turns up again. It's like he was the hot young lead in Fast 3. What? It's something. So Fast 7, and obviously Becky's going to talk about this next week anyway, so I'll go quickly. But Fast 7 is great. James Wan has got some directorial flourishes in there, which are lovely. The old camera, like someone picking someone up and then throwing them on the ground, and the camera following it. That he also does in like Malignant and stuff. It's all there. It's a great bit where Vin Diesel starts chasing Jason Statham in a car after the funeral, where there's just no music and it's all just engines, and that was a proper James Wan beat. But then also Toretto and Statham and Shaw played chicken with each other twice in this film, and in both times they just smash cars into each other. It's incredible. It fucking rules. You know, for me so far, this is the apex of the franchise. It's got, and especially when you were watching these films in the time it was made, I feel like kids who didn't watch it then, who are kind of discovering them now, I feel like without the context of Paul Walker's death actually being quite a big deal at the time, I'm not sure how it would work. But because I've got that context, I can say subjectively it's the best film in the franchise because it's got fantastic action. It's got a really propulsive plot. Jason Statham is a fantastic villain, and it's got the stuff at the end. Though I will say, I was watching this the other day, and Donna comes in, and I was like, she was like, "What are you watching?" "Oh, Fast 7." She was like, "Is that the one with Paul Walker Gollum eyes?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the one." Because basically, whenever it's CG Paul Walker, the eyes just fucking look like Gollum. They didn't.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have eyes down in 2015. They kind of do now. If there is going to be CG Paul Walker in Fast X or the next one, if there is another one, I kind of feel like it's going to be just fucking eerily good. So we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, Fast 7, Fast 8. I'm not as down on Fast 8 as a lot of people are, but it is a step down. It is soap opera.
I think 7 has such a high bar.
It is, but also the thing that I've really noticed in Fast 8 and 9 is how much they do miss Paul Walker. Because while you've got the team, you haven't got Paul Walker like appreciating. Like there's the scene in Dubai where they have to steal that car and like drive between the skyscrapers. And Paul Walker is just looking at it. It's like V blah blah blah. It does it's so powerful. And Vin Diesel is obviously just really enjoying this fucking car nerd going off, you know. And it that relationship between the two, he doesn't have that other alpha, because Paul Walker is an alpha in those films. Yep. And he doesn't have it because Tyrese is like beta who thinks he's alpha. Ludacris is beta who's kind of the alpha of the betas. And then you've got The Rock who's just like, fuck you. You know, and that's all you've got.
The most sexless alpha that's existed.
Yeah, no, yes, exactly. Like him and sexual chemistry with Vanessa Kirby feels like a fantastic scientific experiment, not something... Yeah, that feels natural, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, those two cannot fuck. That's not actually like that. The dick is gonna get stuck by something before it's able to enter Kirby. It's not gonna. Yeah.
I think it's more that when Hobbs' trousers come down, it's just he's a eunuch.
Yeah, it's a nubbin. Yeah. So, but you know, the Fast and the Furious, it's a little bit soap opera-y. I like Charlize Theron. I think she gives good bad guy. She sells that shit, and killing Elsa Pataki is like, oh shit, that's something that actually has stakes. You know, they do neuter Jason Statham, and that's a shame. But he also gets that sequence in the airplane where he's doing all the ass kicking while the baby's got the earmuffs on. It's good stuff. Fast 9. I'm growing to be okay with Fast 9, even though it is just, again, soap opera-y. The whole thing where he's in the water and he's like thinking about the past is absolute bullshit. And the fact that he's talking about how he forgives John Cena at the end, where it's like, you didn't even let him explain. It was just like, right, I'm out of prison. We're going to have a race. If you lose, you fuck off forever. Doesn't even let his fucking brother have a word. And at the end, it's like, I forgive you. Fuck off. Like, no. Absolute bullshit. But it's some fun action. They go to space. I'm glad they got that out of their system, because it kind of feels like it's now like, okay, Fast X can be silly, but they don't have to go to space because we've already done it.
But they've done space now.
Yeah. So there we are. Anyway, it's Fastmas Eve, basically, on the Film Bastards. So it's been some bumper-sized film, Fast X. So, back to Bex and Mark.
So Bex, you just forgot we actually watched this, but you suggested it, so you can lead in.
Oh no, I don't want to. Well, I saw on Netflix a Keanu Reeves movie that I'd never heard of and never seen, so I just added it to the watch list and decided to suggest it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Called The Whole Truth.
Yeah, 2016.
And we like a legal thriller.
We do like a legal thriller, yes.
Yeah. And Renee Zellweger is there.
Yep.
But not with her real face, with a plastic mask.
Yep. And Jim Belushi's there. And what's the name of that guy? The kid.
Jacob Tremblay.
Gabriel Basso.
Oh, all right
then. Who was in something else?
It's obviously not Jacob Tremblay. Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, it was J.D. Vance in The Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, remember that film that happened? that everybody in it just doesn't want you to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the story of The Whole Truth is he's got to defend a 17-year-old boy who's been tried as an adult because the 17-year-old boy has murdered his father.
Well, it was found with a knife over the body of his father.
Of his father.
Assuming that he's killed him.
Yes, he has actually confessed to killing him.
Oh.
But he is not talking to Keanu Reeves at all, is he?
Or anyone.
Or anyone at all. But Keanu Reeves knows him and knows the family, doesn't he?
Yeah, so the man who's died, the kid's dad, was Keanu Reeves' like mentor
Yeah.
when he was coming up as a lawyer.
Jim
and then
Belushi.
The kid is also looking
Wants
to
to be
go
a
into law.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Renee Zellweger is the mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not. Why don't I remember anything about this film?
I don't know. Like, I should wait now. But yeah, so it's
I remember the outcome, the reveal.
Yeah, the one weird thing that I thought about this film was it's a very light film. Like in terms of everything's like in bright daylight. There's nothing that happens in the shadows. It's all just out there. But as well, like Jim Belushi just plays a prick.
Yeah.
And it's really flimsy in the story, and then when you get like the ending for it, and we're all supposed on time, so I'm going to spoiler it because it's not that good, is it? Let's be honest.
No, we're not recommending it.
It turns out that the kid doesn't actually kill his dad. It actually turns out that Keanu Reeves has killed his dad because he was having an affair with Renee Zellweger, the mother of the kid. And the kid is kind of just all right with it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like all right with it. But Keanu Reeves doesn't know that he knew that it was him all along. Keanu Reeves' character thought that the kid thought that it was his mum who killed it, and he was just protecting his mum. And all of that story happens in literally like a minute, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of build-up and then...
Got all this build-up and you're going, and then all of a sudden you've got like, this kid's like been drawing something like during the trial, and Keanu Reeves like looks at it and goes, what's that? And he's like, oh, it's your watch that I found on the floor next to the body.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, wow.
It's a mess, actually, this movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Turns out one of the reasons why they used that he killed his dad was because his dad was basically sexually abusing him, which you still don't know if that's true or not by the end of the movie. Yeah, not a great one, that one. Not a great one.
No.
That's it. That's all I've done this week.
Okay. So, let's talk about the score.
Yes.
Directed by Frank Oz. Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
As Marlon Brando referred to him. Starring Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, Angela Bassett, and Marlon Brando. So, we kind of mentioned it in passing last week. We're like, right, fuck it, let's review this. And it's just one of those they don't make them like they used to films, really, isn't it?
It is. It's the thing is, I remember the score because it was one of like the first movies that I followed from like it getting announced.
Yeah, it was billed as like three actors of different generations that are all the greatest of their generation kind of thing, wasn't it?
It was the Brandon and the De Niro, and then you had the newcomer in Ed Norton, off the back of.
It was meant to be the new De Niro.
Yeah, and it was off the back of him bursting the scene with Primal Fear, and then really fucking making like a name for himself in an acting sense with American History X.
I've still not rewatched that.
And it was one of those where I was very excited about it coming out. I remember.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing is, it's just a really good heist film. It's just a really good, solid heist film that you get that, like you said, it's kind of not held back as much, but it's at the cusp of just like 2001. So it's not quite like Swordfish, where it's obviously a noughties movie. But it's kind of got a little bit more of a sheen to it than some of like the 90s ones that you got. Like they were all very good.
It has like a 90s aesthetic, but with a polish. A noughties polish.
Yeah. It's got a different kind of hue to it there. And you have Brando just turning up and just being really fun. Everything he's in. Within it, and Norton's great in it. De Niro's doing really just fun work as well. It's just a really good heist movie. I was worried when it went down. Just thought, what happened to me hasn't held up, and it was just like it was the shiny new thing of the time.
Oh, you still get that. I mean, the thing is, even though you know what's coming, even though you know what Edward Norton's got in his bag, when his fucking uppance comes and he opens it and it's that, you're like, haha, fuck you, Norton.
Yeah, and it's like, I suppose it's kind of obvious that that's going to happen, but it has built it up where he's such a shit. And like the key thing is that whole thing where he's just making De Niro wait while he's like hanging up there. And just making him wait. And he doesn't have to do that.
No,
he's literally doing that to be a prick.
Yeah.
Like, it would make no difference if it just all went swimmingly, and then, and then he still does the same thing. He's doing it to be a dickhead. So, it just, that's the thing that really just pushed it over the edge of, I know he's going to get fucked, but God, that's going to be satisfying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's that element to it.
Saying to you, didn't I, when we watched it, I said, for such a low energy, fucking low speed heist scene, it's really fucking tense. Like the bit with the actual heist is just like, he's hanging there for ages. He's hanging there. He drops down. He fills it with water. There's not an awful lot of exciting shit that goes on there.
No,
but it's still real like edgy of seat stuff.
It's the simplicity of it, and the fact that you've got earlier on where he shows him what is it, he's like, there's no way this will work. He's like, it's physics, it'll work, and it does. It's a really well done little sequence.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, it is essentially it's the Mentos in the Coke.
Yeah.
And it kind of visualizes it that way. It's like, oh yeah, all right, that does track. Yeah, sure.
And it's the fact that he gets it from a beer barrel falling over.
Oh, I've not made that connection.
That's great. That's great.
Sat in the car and he was what is it? And then he looks at it and he's like, and then it's. But the thing is, as well, I think the reason why it punches him being such a shit, and you kind of then get to De Niro, is they've actually developed quite a good relationship.
Yeah.
And De Niro's not trying to screw him over.
But then you've got that bit as well where De Niro's kind of underground and Norton's like, oh shit, hang on, no, it's not that direction. What do you mean there's a wall there? There's a wall there. There's a wall there. And he's like, right, yeah, just give me a second. It's like he's fucking with him then, because in the moment you're thinking, oh shit, is he like just incompetent? And no, I think he's fucking with him then. It's just like there's something to him where he's like, I'm just gonna fuck with him a bit. Even though I like him, I'm just gonna be a dick.
It's almost the thing of, look, I am gonna do this your way because you are going to help me get what I need. But also, I'm quite a playful character, and I need to have these little things. But I'm not a playful character. You are not going to know that I'm a playful character.
But it's that disrespecting thing, because at the end he's just like, you just why did you disrespected me the first time we met? And it's like, if he just followed the plan, like as De Niro says, like, we all win.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, he's just got to be like a little dickhead because he just it's not that he thinks he's better than he is, because he's fucking good. I
think you're right. I think it's because De Niro's pissed him off at the start by not showing him the respect that he felt he deserved.
I mean, he does send someone to try and beat the shit out of him.
But then you've got that great scene of when he gets in the car and goes, "Come on, are you going to be funny all night?"
Yeah.
I think I told him to go fuck himself.
But it is that, because they never really have a proper conversation about that.
No.
It's like, why don't send someone, okay, all right, fine, let's work together. And it seems to play on Norton's character. And it's just those, I'm not going to call them microaggressions, because in the moment they're pretty fucking macroaggressions, but over the course of the film they're like these microaggressions, and it does work really well. I will say the Angela Bassett character does feel just a bit, all right, he just has to have a woman who he's fighting for. I don't know, Angela Bassett, Oscar nominee at the time, feels like a bit of a fucking nothing role.
I mean, literally, it very much does. I think that was literally Angela Bassett and De Niro are just quite close friends.
Yeah, and I mean that's
it's a weird one, but yeah, I do agree. It does feel a little bit like there was a script that didn't have another love interest, and the studio went, "Can you put a love interest in there?"
But at the same time, the choice to do it in Montreal, and just like people casually talking to French to each other and having like French on the sides, there's just you could have just done this in America. It just adds a bit of, oh, that's interesting, that's just a little bit new,
a certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, yes, I absolutely, yeah, that's perfect.
I find my French.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, a bit of je ne sais quoi, and it that works with it as well. The score, Howard Shore's score, is a great kind of like jazzy kind of thing, which is obviously in keeping with the film. It's a classy picture.
I like the fact that literally I remember reading somewhere that it was made that he was a jazz club owner rather than just a club owner, because De Niro just likes jazz.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit, man. The place is called NYC as well. Yes. Obviously, De Niro had some fucking notes.
Yeah, but you got a great scene of because the apartment that De Niro has in it. That's actually one of De Niro's apartments at Tribeca.
Fuck's sake! Of course it is. That's great.
And so Edward Norton, when they shot it, you've Renee's place. You have excellent taste. Apparently, it was something that was in the film, but it was based upon the first thing that Norton said to De Niro when he got into De Niro's place.
Apartment.
Yeah, there. Another just really weird like weird little tidbit to go with this. So at the same time as De Niro and Ed Norton and Marlon Brando were filming the score, around the same place for where there was filming, like a lot of it was done on sound studios. You had Daniel Day-Lewis, DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese were shooting Gangs of New York. So although it was released afterwards, Gangs of New York had quite a a long process, as all Marty Scorsese passion projects do. And I remember sort of seeing something in one of like the in like a newspaper or something like that, basically a photograph that somebody had taken of outside one of De Niro's Tribeca restaurants having breakfast, was De Niro, Scorsese, Brando, Ed Norton, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Joe Pesci was there as well. Just all sat having breakfast.
Nice.
just like as a random, just like nice fucking like thing. And Norton commented on it and was like, it is the weirdest thing in the world when you are just out for breakfast with, and Jack Nicholson was there as well. All of these like guys, and you're there going, this is my childhood. Just sat around me chatting and having breakfast.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's just a really good, entertaining movie.
Yeah, and I think it's testament to De Niro's career that you watch, you look at his filmography and go, this wouldn't be in like the top of it if you ranked them.
Well, my
It'd
thing
be somewhere around probably the middle.
If you'll indulge me mildly for a second.
No, I shan't.
Well, fuck you. I'm going to go anyway. What I would say is everyone always looks at with De Niro. Focuses in on his 70s and the early 80s work.
Yeah.
Whereas De Niro quietly had an absolutely fucking banging 10, 11 years between 1990 and sort of 2001 time. So I'm just trying to bring up his filmography to just go through it. It's ridiculous. So let me just find, I'm trying to go out to get his filmography up on, there we go. On IMDb, on Wikipedia. So his 90s, you had like Goodfellas and Awakenings both in 1990. Backdrafting Cape Fear, I'm not covering all of them, I'm just covering a few of them. Backdrafting Cape Fear in 91. In 92, Night in the City is a better movie than people give it credit for. 93, This Boy's Life in a Bronx Tale. 94, he was fucking the creature in Frankenstein.
I'm sorry, you missed a really good one.
What?
Mad Dog and Glory.
Mad Dog and Glory is a good film. In 95, he had Casino and Heat.
Yeah.
In 95. The Fan and Sleepers in 96. 97, Copland, Jackie Brown and Wag the Dog. 98, Ronin. 99, Analyze This, which was a really popular movie. I know a lot of people did. You weren't a big fan, were you? No. 2000, Meet the Parents, and then The Score in 2001. It had quietly banging like 10 years.
I don't think Meet the Parents is very good either, though.
I know. But you don't like that kind of comedy, do you?
No, cringe comedy.
Yeah, cringe
comedy.
I don't.
I hate it.
Anyway, sorry, I had a little bit of tangent there, but
no, it's great. No, good. It's
genuinely, I could do De Niro as my specialist subject.
The Score, definitely not shit.
Yeah, definitely not shit, for sure. Yeah, cracking film. Okay, so
don't we?
Let's dive into the Infinity Pool, starring Alexander Skarsgård, Mia Goth, and Cleopatra Coleman. So, Alexander Skarsgård and Cleopatra Coleman play a couple. You meet another couple, including a fan of Alexander Skarsgård's work, played by Mia Goth. They get pissed, drive back to the hotel resort one night, and run over someone. They are caught, and they are told, in this country, we offer rich people and diplomats the ability to create clones of themselves, because otherwise you're going to be put to death. But if you pay, the clones will be put to death instead. And then it goes from there. Bex, Infinity Pool. So you were properly up for this. You know, Brandon Cronenberg's latest, and Trailer's great, cast is great, premise is wild. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I really, really enjoyed it. My only complaint is that it kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it could have been better with the material that it was working with. There's directions they could have taken it that would have been more interesting than just having a very linear narrative. They could have explored
That's a
the
good
whole
way of putting it. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and they could have explored the whole. Well, hang on a second. How do we really know we're the originals?
But I get the feeling that would have been too obvious.
No, but what they've done is just not explore anything. It's just very A, B, C, D.
The thing is, for what it's worth, I think it kind of reveals itself to be a different story from what the first half sets out. So, you've got the whole clone thing, and then there's that conversation where Alexander Skarsgård's introduced to all the other rich people, and then one of them's like, you think about, well, are we the real one or are we not? And then another's like, oh, I stopped thinking about that ages ago. And then the film kind of ends that kind of, well, prestige-y kind of element there. And then it kind of noodles about with some like hedonistic shit for a bit, and then it turns into, oh, they're just stringing him along, and it's this rich people's playthings like narrative, and it just turns into something that feels, despite what is actually happening, less wild than what it kind of seemed like it was going to be. Like the doubles aspect is the most wild element of it, and it doesn't necessarily push that. It's just it's twisting and control. Yeah, and instead it's just breaking down Skarsgård's character. That's what the film turns into, and that's got some merit to it. But it's not quite the nightmare-y thing. I don't think it's as much of a nightmare in the second half as it is in the first. And sorry, because I'm railroading slightly here, but it's the matter of factness. Like when it happens, they're hauled up in front of the police, and the guy is just, we offer this thing if we're going to create a clone of you, and the victims' families are gonna kill the clone, and if you sign this, everything's going to be okay. And he's just like, what the fuck? All right, yeah, I'll sign it. Just the matter of factness of just this is a thing that happens. That kind of nightmare surreality got in my head more than okay, like they are just taking the piss out of him. And I didn't read your book. Cool. All right then. And then by towards the end, where it's right now, you're gonna beat down that other version of you that's basically a dog, and then we're gonna have a bit of a mother-baby thing going on. I was just a little bit. That's not as interesting as you were setting up an hour ago. Thank you very much.
Well, that's interesting because that's kind of what I said to you, isn't it, Max? I felt it lost focus there, where it went from being like quite, I was digging its vibe, I was enjoying it, I was going for it, to just like the breastfeeding thing was a bit like, not really sure where that's come from, other than the fact that you're now not shocking me, you're now trying to shock me.
Well, it's a clumsy imagery for him being reborn after his transformation. It's
it's just a bit. It's just a little bit. Occasionally, I think with movies like this, you verge on the edge of sometimes. And this might be a personal thing with me going, I'll grow up. It was a little bit of that, whereas the rest of it, I think I was probably enjoying it more than either of you. I was really fucking into it.
I did really enjoy it.
The thing is, Possessor, the end of Possessor, I was, yeah, mate, grow up. And I am a little bit like that with this as well, where the end of it is, all right, they're basically just playing with him again of, all right, we're just going to have normal conversations and say bye, we hope you see it again next year. Cool. And then it's, okay, right, I'm just going to stay here then. You know, I just, cool. All right.
See, my read on it was slightly different than that.
What was your read?
Go on.
So, you kind of get the feeling from Gabby that, like, her and Armand, is it? Her partner?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Were, like, the first out of that group to experience the doubling because they were there for the building of the resort. So I kind of, from the whole like breaking him down thing and degrading him and then making him fight himself, that my read on it was that was like an initiation. And that all of the other ones have gone through it previously.
Yeah.
Come through the other side of it and then now come back every year to do it to somebody else. And to just basically, it's a morality question of what would you do if you knew there was no consequences to whatever the fuck you do.
Yeah.
And I think him being there at the end, because obviously he's at the airport, he's going home, and I think once he's left to his own thoughts, he can't process what he's done, and he can't return to normal life because of the things that he's done. He's not transformed in the same way that the rest of them have to just being okay with it. So he stays because he feels like he can't go back.
Yeah,
that was my read on it.
Yeah, that's what I got as well. Yeah, the interesting bit there is how quickly that it goes from them being all very glamorous to just being very just mundane and talking about what they've kind of got to do when they get back home.
Yeah, but I think that's supposed to highlight this debauched kind of violent week, fortnight, month, whatever they have is. Yeah, not them.
Yeah, it's that idea. It's not them. They're
mundane.
They're still unpleasant.
Yeah.
I think it hammers that home that they're still quite vacuous and unpleasant, but kind of like quite boringly vacuously unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was there was a premise there, and they were ever so slightly working it out as it went along.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that one as well. Yeah.
And I just the bit it straight up just confused me, and maybe you guys can explain it. But the bit where they're fucking about with the detective's family and whatnot, it's like, right, we're going to make a statement out of you, and then sorry about the dog. You think that they've he's like, we're going to make a statement, and you think it's them, and then they have their throats slit, and then it's the reveal of they're watching that happening. Yeah. It's like, what is that? Like, why is it gone from I'm okay with you doing all this shit to I'm not okay with you doing all this shit, quite rightly, to all right, we'll slit your
because I think they've just paid them a bit extra to fuck with the doubles.
Yeah, he's making money out of it now.
Yeah. So they're all the doubles when they're having the conversation, sat in that room in the white.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And because they won't know they're the doubles.
God. Right. Okay, yeah. I suppose that makes but then so what? They just got away with the other shit. Like seemingly just because they like paid whatever fine there was.
Yeah, they just paid it off the same way as normal. Maybe gave Thresh a bit extra to fuck with their doubles so that they'd get more amusement out of it because they get to see them scared.
Yeah, it becomes like a theatre to them.
Yeah.
It becomes a show that they go to.
Yeah.
It's almost the gloatingness of it. Look at what we can get away with. It's literally, look at what we can get away with because we're rich. And it also highlights the fact that...
Look how scared we would be if we weren't rich as well.
And as well, it highlights the fact that none of them have really earned their wealth.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I suppose that's the thing, that kind of social commentary is interesting. It's like when I was about halfway through it, I messaged in the boy chat saying this and Triangle of Sadness would be quite an interesting double bill.
Yeah. When I was watching Infinity Pool, I was watching it going, he's It fucking would be, yeah.
Yeah, but then that last half hour where we're just taking the piss out of you, that's where I'm like, right, did they actually know where they were going with this? And they're going to the farmhouse, and then and again, like, explain the film to me, guys. Sorry, you're my Wikipedia here. Like, so it goes to the farmhouse, and that lad is just like fucking smiling at him, and then it does the trippy shit where it's like the girlfriend's there and blah blah blah. That lad is the one who killed his clone, I think.
Yeah.
So so all that other shit, that's just in his head?
Yeah, I think he's just having a nightmare, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's having a nightmare.
Where, shit, what if this farmhouse happens to be the family home of the man I killed?
Yeah.
And that's the nightmare he's had.
Okay, all right, yeah. I that's fine. I think of Brandon Cronenberg as the ultra Black Mirror person. He's like Charlie Brooker who likes to fuck.
I think that's It's.
And,
I mean, as somebody who I personally just cannot get on with Black Mirror. I can get on with these. For me, I don't think he's made a banger yet.
I really like Possessor.
But you really like Possessor, and you kind of like this. But I think I like this more than you do.
I really like this. I just wanted it to be cleverer. I wanted there to be some extra depth to it, and there isn't. It's just very, very thin broth.
But I kind of like the fact that it doesn't have extra depth to it, because it almost feels like, and it probably isn't this, but it almost feels like just the vacuous nature of these people, it can get away with it just being they're just dickheads.
Yeah, no, but that doesn't make for a super interesting story.
No, it doesn't, possibly not.
You come out the other end of it and you're like, oh, right, so who's that there on the Sun Lounger? Because he got on the plane, didn't he? Oh, what's going on? Is there another clone? And he's just left, and like he sent the clone back, and that's the real him. No, he's just decided not to go.
Yeah. And
it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I thought maybe there was more.
No, I kind of dug that about it.
That's fine.
About it, yeah. I mean,
have either of you guys seen Antiviral?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that. It's on Prime. I think I want to watch that this week.
Yeah, it should be. It's good.
It's got what's his name in it, hasn't it, with his weird face?
Oh,
Laundry Jones.
Yeah.
Dirty Laundry Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him in stuff, so.
Look, but definitely not shit. I think it's got some interesting. Just to say as well, Mia Goth, hell of a performance. I mean, Alexander Skarsgård, to be honest, I think it's a little bit of a blank slate in this. But
I think he's supposed to be in it. He's supposed to be very much like there's nothing to him other than the fact that he is kind of arm candy.
And that's why he's as easily led as he is. I think that's
Yeah, absolutely. Understands the assignment. Like, Mia Goth is fucking terrifying. Just like
I don't know on Mia Goth. I don't know where I land on Mia Goth at all.
Feel like there might be a little bit of kind of depends which way you swing sexually about this one, Bex. If I'm absolutely honest, I'm just going to say it. As someone in a chat said, you don't know whether you want to like be scared of her or want to fuck her. And I fine. Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't want to shag her because she's really scary. But I think she's great in this.
I would happily go on a weekend away with this Mia Goth. It'd be wild. Love the fact that she's using her own voice as well.
Yeah.
Because her own voice is fucking weird, and I like the fact that she's using her own voice in it. Because usually she puts on like an American accent.
Yeah.
I
just don't know whether I'm done with her particular brand of weirdness, quirkiness. Like, feels like a forced quirkiness.
I think she's a mildly offbeat person, and that comes across.
She's with Shia LaBeouf.
She's a little bit like this generation's Juliette Lewis.
I don't think she's got as much charisma as Juliette Lewis.
I don't think Juliette Lewis had that much charisma at that age, though.
There's
No, just at that age in their careers, the infancy of their careers.
Do you know what? I think I'd feel completely different about her if she just had eyebrows. It really freaks me out about her.
I think what I would say is she's a fucking interesting screen presence, and she makes interesting films. She picks interesting shit. It's like somebody was saying, "Oh, Mia Goth would be great for Lois Lane in the new Superman," and I thought, based on what?
What the fuck?
I think, no, she wouldn't.
Just because you want to fuck her, don't mean she'd be great in any role.
Yeah.
What a bizarre thing to say.
It's a really weird thing. But yeah, no, I think she's great in this. She's terrifying, but also seems like terrifying without being kind of like otherworldly terrifying.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, I'm not saying I don't know where I land on her in this. I think she's very good in this. I meant I don't know where I land on her in general.
I kind of like her.
Mm.
She always seems short. She plays unhinged really well.
Yeah. I would like to see her in a bit more of a straight role and just see how she copes with that.
Biggest criticism I have of it is at no point does fucking Chris Abbott turn up, and that's just wrong.
Who? Oh, not Kit Harington.
The Kit Harington who fucks, yeah.
Why?
Because it just seems like a sort of movie he should be in.
Yeah, it does, to be fair.
Yeah.
This seems more a him film than an Alexander Skarsgård film, to be fair.
He should be in it.
Yeah.
He should be in it. His brand of skeezy should be in it.
But I love Alexander Skarsgård's career trajectory though. Like he started like within like wider consciousness in fucking True Blood. He's just gone from strength to strength.
I like his commitment to doing weird shit.
Yeah, I do as well.
Caleb Landry Jones link, the War on Everyone film, is a understated gem of the past like 10 years that people don't talk about enough. And Skarsgård is fucking great in it. And the Caleb Landry Jones is just incredible in that movie. I'm going to watch that movie this week.
Fair enough. I will watch it with you if we get a night to do that.
We will. The great scene was like, it's not like we're just going to turn up in Amsterdam, we're just going to look across the road and he's going to be there. And they look across the road and the guy they're looking for is there. Sorry, that's it. Infinity Pool, a completely different movie.
Hang on, yeah, no, that's the one with Michael Pena in it, isn't it? Yeah, it's a banger, is that?
Definitely not shit. I had a great time.
Yeah, definitely not shit. I might actually do like a Baby Cronenberg 3-part banger.
We'll watch it again.
Just watch all 3 of them, yeah.
Our audience poll, 50% definitely not shit, 25% touching cloth, and 25% shit. By the way, I gave this 4 stars on Letterboxd, and the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that might go to 4.5.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Definitely not shit.
But also, it possibly gets an extra half a star just for the fucking look that Mia Goth gives him when he's on the coach and she pulls up in the car and she just waves at him. It's a fucking great look.
Yeah, they pull back and then she comes back with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's. I just wish it had a little bit more depth.
In fact, I'm changing my letterbox right now.
Nice.
Great content, Mark.
What?
Great content for the listeners.
What?
Just you fucking changing.
Just me changing my letterbox thing without my clickers on, yeah.
Twitter questions.
Oh, fuck, I ain't got time to change my letterbox now.
Fuck you, Mark.
You can wait. Right, we have... Oh, shit. We have a couple of questions. Rick Kim, inspired by 65, pick a number that's your favourite film title. What is the film?
What, it's an actual film that exists?
No, my read of it was pick a number, build a film plot around it, and explain why you would make it. But I've been thinking about this all afternoon and I can't think of anything.
Oh, yes, that is it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting really good at explaining questions on the thing.
Yeah.
So I would say 65, but a different one, because it's the national state pension age at the moment. But as soon as someone turns 65, they go all 28 days later. But it only happens to 1 in 3 of people who turn 65. So you can't just kill all the people who are about to turn 65 because that would be morally reprehensible. Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah.
They have to go to like a processing place
To see if they turn.
see if they turn. And they have to be like locked down.
That's exactly it.
And when they hit like their 65th birthday, they see if they turn. Then one gets out because it doesn't look like he's turned. He's meant to control his turn.
Yeah, but then he has.
Yeah. And he just starts biting fuckers.
Yeah. 65.
How have you done it again? I think this might actually be a movie, but fuck it, I'm going to say it anyway. I basically from 11, the number 11, and it'd just be two fucking doppelgangers of each other, right?
Yeah.
And they're just fighting out amongst each other, but they can't actually fight each other because, like magnets, they can't get too fucking close to each other for no reason whatsoever.
Why 11?
What?
Because two people
it's two
stood
ones.
next to each other like one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Fair enough.
Real fucking low fucking concept.
Yeah.
But just fucking loads of fucking visuals.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Just them bouncing off each other. A lot.
They go to fight like really early on because they're drawn to it to fight each other, but they can't fucking fight each other. Wow. So they've got to essentially fight each other without actually ever fighting each other. So you've got to blow like buildings behind them to try and kill them and shit like that.
Okay.
Because they can't physically fight.
Fair enough.
It's just that. What?
It's better than the no concept that I came up with because I've been thinking about it all afternoon and it's just too clever of a question for me, so I've just given up.
Don't know about that, but it's the first piece of music you bought with your own money. For me, it was the Could Be Mine on 7-inch from HMV Oxford Street.
A cassette of Do the Bartman.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Mine was Spaceman by Babylon Zoo. Because it was
Hell yeah.
No. I thought we worked out it wasn't.
No.
Was it?
It was that, yeah.
Was it? I thought
we thought it might be. We thought it might be Underwater, but then he told me what year it was released, and it would have been.
Yeah, it was like 95.
Yeah, Spaceman, because it was on a Levi commercial. First album I bought was Different Class by Pulp.
Stung a little bit.
It's a good album.
First one I bought, my first one was Michael Jackson.
Ew.
The 7-inch of the.
And you're fucking flinching at me buying Pulp, and you're buying music by a fucking pedo.
The first album I bought using my own money was Suede.
Suede.
Yeah.
Suede.
Yeah. Which actually is just an untitled debut album. Did you know about the title there? So I just assumed it was called Suede.
Suede.
But yeah, that was my first. Yeah, the Weird Week Feels when I bought my own money. 7-inch from Asda.
Nice.
Yep.
Fair dues.
What was the first film you bought with your own money?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
I think it might have been Jurassic Park, you know. Yeah, sorry.
Jurassic Park? What's yours, Bex?
I don't think I've ever bought a film with my own money.
What? I've always bought for you.
Well, yeah, because I never would buy a film with my own money prior to us getting together at 16, and then you'd always buy them, and then at a point where I would ever buy films, it would be our money anyway. So I don't think I've ever bought a film with my own money.
Mine's pretty wild.
Go on.
Mine was First Blood Part 2.
Nice.
I bought it in Tesco with my own money. Yes.
You watched it once, were really disappointed, and never watched it again.
Oh, times would be different, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you know, for your birthday when I got you that gold DVD player.
Oh yes.
What did I get you to go with that? Was that American History X?
American History X.
That was the first film I ever bought with my own money.
Yeah.
For you.
For me, American History X, and I also had Snake Eyes and A Bug's Life were the first 3 DVDs I got in my DVD player.
I got you A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That was a fucking weird one, wasn't it? You sure someone else didn't get you that? Or it came free with the
I think
DVD
it
player?
came free with the DVD player.
Oh, that's fair.
I think that's Snake.
They were just like, I'm buying a gold DVD player. I can throw the money about. What's this? A Bug's Life? Fuck it, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
It was a good DVD player.
It was a good DVD
lasted us
player.
a long time.
It did, yeah. It was fucking massive.
It was huge, yeah.
But this was like 1999 when DVD players were just in like their infancy.
Hmm.
Yeah. No. Can't be. I think I got it for your 18th.
No, it was 99. It was my 17th birthday. It definitely was.
Ah. Go me.
I had to buy new TVs for it to go with, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Well, that was it. That was our questions. Good questions this week.
That feels like a
fun.
lifetime ago.
I mean, it was a long time ago. It was 3 years ago, I think.
Wow.
Okie
Doing all right,
dokie.
haven't we?
So, coming up on next week's show, it is our Fast X Beau is Afraid double bill. Except Becky's not going to watch Beau is Afraid because she values her time. And that's it. That's it. We value your time as well, listeners. So thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much, Becky.
Thanks, Ian.
And fuck you, Jason Reitman, for, according to Arnold Schwarzenegger, putting the Triplets film on ice because you just didn't think it would be very funny. Go fuck yourself. Your father wanted it to happen. Why does it hurt you? Fuck you, Jason Reitman, and the ship that you rode in on. You're a cunt.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm glad we brought that segment back.
I just... Schwarzenegger seemed pissed off.
Pissed?
About
He
it
swore.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not happy about that.
Good.
Yeah. I really hope that
Good.
shames him into doing something.
What, our
Good.
podcast?
Yes. We have reach.
You put fuck you hashtag Jason Reitman on the thing when you put it out when you might see it.
Imagine if Jason Reitman was like, right, okay, I feel like we need to have a conversation. And I would just be like, yeah, why are you so shit? Come on, explain it to me. I don't get it. I mean, the nepotism is incredible, but you're still working even though your dad's dead. How's that happen?
Yeah. Is it because your family own the rights to shit?